before going into the details of the list and tuples, I want to give you why we need this kind of list and tuples section. So let's say that, and I will open my Python for that. Let's say I want to keep the records of all students in the class. Let's say we have 40 students, okay? And we will not read it from a file. So I need to assign variables for that, okay? So what I can do is, let's say I want to keep their scores. So I need, and then I will calculate the total quiz score. So I have 40 students. What should I do is, well, I can define variables for them, like student 1, student 2, student 3. Then I will all go proceed up to student 40 to some to assign numbers, okay? And then what I will do is, okay, I need to assume that this part is full, all filled. Okay, then I need to take just an average. Well, that would be really hard because the total will be basically, I need to now so many copy paste operation. Total 1, student 1 plus student 2 plus student 3 plus, and then I will just keep writing to student 40 and so on. So I have to define so many variables because I have so many data. And for each operation like this, I need to type again and again and again. That would look, my code will be very messy, very hard to understand. And also this is like for the 40 students, you can say, okay, I can type it with copy paste in 5 minutes. Okay, you can. But what if you have 1,000 students, 2,000, 3,000, 1 million? Then we cannot define like 1 million variable. I mean, theoretically we can, but it would, again, the code will not be readable at all. So that would be pretty problematic. So that's why what we need is a data structure that can keep multiple items. And that will allow us to access them easily without by typing all their names and manually, okay? And this is why this is then this lists and tuples or the sequences comes in. So now let's talk about this part. So Python and also many programming languages allows us to keep multiple data items by using only a single variable name. So in Python there are more, but we will see these two only for now, which is list and tuples. So what are they? And well, first the list. You can see that we just define one variable name, and then we put those square brackets. This part is important. And then I will just write the values that I want to keep. Going back to my example, if I want to keep the students, instead of defining for the variables, what I will do is I can say student scores maybe as a variable name, and I will do this square brackets, and then I will keep all the student numbers in this, like 100, 90, 80, whatever. All of them will be here. Then, and each of them is separated by a comma. So this is so that I don't need to define so many variable names. I can access them by using this student scores, and then we will see it later on. Like we can easily access to the whatever we want in this variable. So this is list. And what about the tuple? The tuple is now there's a very slight syntax difference. One of them uses square bracket, the other one uses parentheses. Okay, as you can see here. And this will be called tuple. And then what is the difference between tuple and the list? List is mutable. The other one is immutable. I want you to memorize this term, mutable. It means that I can change the value of the value in that list. Like maybe going back to my example, maybe I made a mistake with the student grades. There's a misgrade option, so I need to update it. So in literally, I can change it. We will see this syntax in the following slides, but I can assign some other values to in that list. I can change it. But in a tuple, this will not be allowed. Well, why should I need this? Like, why am I limiting myself as a developer that I should not be able to update it? Well, let's say that I have this option, name, or just a record that in which we keep name and also their QID number. So I should not be able to change it because it is fixed. A name and the QID number is fixed. I should not be able to say that, okay, the name of the QID of this Mujahid person Mujahid is now this. I should not be able to do it. It is fixed now. So that's why we can put it in a tuple so that even though someone tries to change it, it will not allow that. So this is the main difference between tuple and the list. And now we will continue with the list and see the details about it. First, in a list in Python, we can keep different data types. This is not the case in Java or some other programming languages. This is a very Python-specific case in which, well, in a list I can keep only numbers. I can keep only strings, or I can keep a string, a number, an integer, a float number, a boolean. This is all valid. Like maybe I'm going back to my slide, code, sorry. Let's say that I want to keep a student records in one array because a student needs multiple data about them. Like I can say, okay, maybe their name, their last name, then their GPA, and then maybe their second year, in which year they are in, and maybe they are a honorary student or not, so a Boolean variable. So in Python, it allows me to put all different items in different items in the same list. This is doable in Python. And if you want to print, okay, let's say I got a list and I want to know what is inside, I can literally just print it. The print function, let's also do that one. Let me do it at the right side of my Python screen. So I can now define my Python, my array, sorry. And then if I just print it, print the student, it will show me like this so that I can see what's inside in that list. And also, Python has this list function, inbuilt function. It converts some data types to a list. So what is what type of data? If you remember in our for loops, we were using this range function. It allows us to create numbers in different sequences. But what is a range function? Well, if you look at the range function, let me call it also here. It doesn't give me a list, as you can see. This is not a list, as you can. This is not something in between square brackets. This is not a list. So by using this list function, if I put this range 5, then it will convert it into a list object. This is maybe a more technical part, knowledge, but so range doesn't give us a list actually. We can use it in a for loop, but it doesn't give us a list. To convert it into a list, we need to use this list function. Do you have any questions so far? Let me proceed then. I have 7 minutes, good. And well, Python has very nice features that allows you to easily write the code, define and do the data manipulation. And one of them is this repetition order. What is this part? Well, I can easily multiply an array and create a much longer array. What does it mean is I will show it now. Let's say that I have one scores that I will keep, and then I need to keep, let's say, a list of 100 numbers, and initially it will be all 0. Like maybe I have 100 students, and then I will first initialize their scores and then do some operations. Well, and maybe again I said maybe more. So this will be very hard to define because I have to type 100 zeros. That would be pretty hard. So what I can do is, of course, there's no 100. This is much less. But instead of doing manually typing it, what I can also do is I can create one list of 0 and then multiply it by 100. Then, when I print this scores now, it will give me this very long list that contains 100. Of course, this is too big. Maybe let's play it a little bit shorter one. Maybe 7 only. So I can easily create a large list. And also, what I can do is maybe it has a sequence like 0, 1, 2, 3. And I want to create this list 7 times. Oh, this is not readable in my screen. So what I will do is I will do it in this way. 3. Okay. This is much readable. So what it does is I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 3. So I created this list multiplied by 3 times. So and then it created a larger list with those numbers. So this is allowed in Python. And also if I want to process all the items in a list, I can use this for loop. We can process the items in a for loop. Again, I will go to here. So what I can do is, in a for loop, I can put my list, and then I can just print it. What it will do is, at each iteration, I will get one item from the list, and then I will process it in that iteration. So I can iterate over the items in that list using a for loop. Any questions so far? All right, then let me proceed. The other one is the indexing part. This is important, and I really want you to know this part. It's easy to do mistakes here. So let's say it in this way. I have these numbers, 10, 20, 30, 40. And then I just want to access the third one, okay? So let me also do it here. Let's say that I have these student scores, okay? And then let's say I just want to access this third one because, well, I made a mistake there, okay? I need to change it. Then how can I change it? Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5. I have 5 students, and the fourth one, I need to change its number. So this is normally how a person would count, but for the computer science perspective, the computer scientists start counting from not 1, but 0. So we say that, okay, this is not the fourth item. This is 0, 1, 2, 3. So index of this item is 3, not 4. Even though it's the fourth item, its index is 3. So in order to reach that, what I can do is my list name, and then using the curly brackets, I will put its index 3. Then it will give me the value 30, as you can see here. So if I want to change it, now what I can do is, okay, this should be 100. Okay, then when I reprint my list, now it is changed to 100. So the indexing part allows us to access a specific item in our list, but in that list, in that indexing count, we start counting from 0. So if we have 5 items, the last index of the last item is 5 minus 1, it's 4. So this part is important. Why? Well, if you try to reach, okay, if I say, give me the item, the 5th one, okay, I have 5 items and I'll just get the 5th one, I will get an error. So for the index part, I have to provide the correct number. If I give a larger number, I will get an error. And let me check if I have this. I need to show one more part, which is Python has a very interesting feature that doesn't exist in languages, other languages at least that I know, which is we can give minus values to the Python. What it means is it starts counting from the end to the first. So let me show it in this way. If I have the student scores, I will redefine it. To better understand it, I will give them in order. Okay. Then student scores minus 1 will give me the last item, which is 5. Student scores minus 2 will give me, okay, this is the last item. Now this is the, from the end, this is the second item, so it should give me 4. If I say minus 3, it will give me 3 because this is the third item from the end. And I can go all the back to, this will give me the fourth item from the end, which is 2. And if I give minus 5, it will give me actually the first item. What about if I give minus 6? I will get an error. So I can give, for the index, I can use numbers from 0 to number of items minus 1, and also from 0 to minus how many items I have. So if I have 5 items in my list, the valid index number is minus 5 to 4. And then, well, what will I do with those numbers? How can I use it? Well, let's say I want to print all the numbers in a list. Like I have this my list, 10, 20, 30, 40. And then I want to print all of them. What I can do is in a while loop, I can first say index is 0. I will start from 0. And then while index is less than 4, because I have 4 items, then I will print my list variable name, and then the square brackets, I open that, and then I put my index value, which means that I will print that number. Then I need to update my index. So I will just increase the index by 1. So it will be 1, and then I will go to the next item in that list. So this code will basically print 10, 20, 30, and 40. So this is again a very common way to iterate over the items in a list.